I always use the analogy of anxiety is like a fire. You know, if a fire broke out in the corner of this room, we wouldn't say, oh, well, there's a fire over there. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And, you know, if it's still burning in a few minutes, we'll take care of it. As that youngster's anxiety is rising, their breathing continues to escalate, and it's getting more and more off track and out of whack. So when they then try to do the slow breathing that you've taught them, it's actually going to be harder for them to do because they're kind of swimming up a stream with a stiff current now. You know, their body's telling them to breathe, 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 and they're trying to do this slow breathing technique. So it's going to be hard for them to do these things. And then even if they can do them right, it takes a while of doing these things right to have their desired effect. We also want to get them to do these strategies in preparation, not always out of desperation, but in preparation of doing things that we can predict might make them anxious or angry. So let's just say, for example, you have a young person in school who gets pretty anxious about going to gym class, for example, and say gym class is
Let's
at 10
say
o'clock.
music.
Music.
Because there's a child who's just very anxious.
Yep.
Whenever they don't like music, they don't want to be there, and it's just, you can see it in his body.
Body language, yeah. What time of day is music?
In the mornings, normally at about 9:30.
Okay, 9:30. In that situation, you know, we would be encouraging this young man to try to do their breathing and their safety thinking 10 or 15 minutes before. So at 9:15, 9:20, they're already trying to kind of keep their mind right and keep their breathing right in preparation, because that's really how you can prevent the anxiety from starting in the first place. You know, when we're teaching our patients how to control their anxiety, we're not only trying to teach them how to become good firemen. We're not only trying to teach them how to put fires out faster, but we're actually trying to teach them how to prevent the fires from beginning in the first place. You want to attempt to, over time, kind of wean yourself out of that situation and get the youngster to be able to self-prompt. And our hope is that the sense of accomplishment and the sense of mastery, I mean, anxiety is something that none of us like to feel. And so if this youngster is controlling their anxiety about music class or whatever it may be more successfully, that should be self-reinforcing. I mean, just the fact that I don't feel this crummy anxiety anymore, that motivates me to want to remember to do my breathing and my safety thinking. So with Johnny, if you have to, you know, prompt him 5 times before music, say, hey, you know, Johnny, why don't we try 3 times today? And of course, reinforce the heck out of him for the efforts that he makes to be able to try to do it with only 3 prompts, and then said pretty soon it's 2 prompts and it's 1, and then, Johnny, you're doing so well with this, you know, you're getting to be such a big boy. I bet you could do this on your own today. The bottom line is trying to take this and shaping it over time, one challenging but manageable step all along the way, encouraging them to use their skills before and after, and you'll find it really over time can be very, very successful in getting them to ultimately where you want them to be.
Okay.